Hi, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, I am going to add jQuery slider feature for team section. This is the HTML markup which I wrote for first part of team section, and this is its current view. In this particular lecture, I'll just focus on adding jQuery slider for these team members. Okay, before I start discussing jQuery slider, I have to resize windows for browser and code editor. And I want to hide my sidebar for code editor. Okay, right now I have 6 team members and I want to add jQuery slider feature to these team members so we can get sliding effect for these team members, right? To add jQuery slider feature, I'll use this free jQuery plugin. Visit this URL and you will find free jQuery slider plugin on this page. Name of this jQuery plugin is All Carousel 2. This is free jQuery plugin. By using this touch-enabled jQuery plugin, you can create beautiful responsive slider. It is fully customizable with touch and drag support. It is fully responsive and supported by all modern browsers and much more. Let me show you a basic example of this plugin. I'll navigate to demos page of this plugin and I'll select basic demo. This is the basic example of this carousel slider plugin. By using this free jQuery plugin, we can add sliding effect to our website. It has a documentation page. I'm going to navigate to docs page of this plugin. This is the documentation of this all carousel plugin, and we will definitely use this documentation to set up this carousel slider plugin for solo website. Okay, let me download this carousel slider plugin for solo website. I'm going to click on this download link and it will start downloading this plugin on my system. Okay, it just finished downloading this plugin for me. Please go ahead and download this free jQuery plugin to your system so we can integrate it inside solo website. Okay, this is the zip file of all carousel slider plugin which I just downloaded. I'll go inside this zip file. Inside this zip file there is carousel folder, and inside this carousel folder there is dist folder. Dist means distributable. I'm going inside this distributable folder, and inside this distributable folder there is main JavaScript file of all carousel plugin, which is this all.carousel.min.js file. I'll copy this JavaScript file and I'll go to JavaScript folder of solo website. Now I'm going inside solo web project folder. And I'll go to JS folder of solo website, and inside this JS folder of solo website I'm going to create a new folder and I'll give it a name all-carousel, and inside this all-carousel folder I'm going to add all.carousel.min.js file. Next I need to add the all carousel CSS files, and CSS files are located inside the assets folder of distributable folder. I'm going inside assets folder, and from this assets folder I need to copy two main CSS files, and the CSS files I'm going to copy are these two CSS files, the all.carousel.min.css file and the all.theme.default.min.css file. I'll copy them and I'll go to CSS folder of solo website. And inside the CSS folder of solo website I'm going to create a new folder and I'll give it a name all-carousel, and inside this all-carousel folder I'm going to add these two CSS files, all.carousel.min.css and all.theme.default.min.css file. Now we have got the JavaScript and CSS files of all carousel plugin for solo website. I'll close these windows. Next, I'll start setting up carousel slider plugin for solo website. I'll get back to the code editor. Okay, before I start adding all carousel slider, let me open documentation page of all carousel plugin. This is the documentation page of all carousel plugin. I'll navigate to installation part. As per this documentation, first I have to link these two CSS files, the all.carousel.min.css file and the all.theme.default.min.css file. Okay, let me first link these two CSS files of all carousel plugin. I will link CSS files inside the head section of Solo website. I'm going to open the head section and I'm going to add all carousel CSS files just before style.css right here. First, I will write comment for all carousel CSS files, and the comment is all carousel CSS. Now I'm going to add all carousel CSS files. Inside the CSS folder, we have all -carousel folder, and inside this folder we have CSS files of all carousel plugin. First, I'm going to add all.carousel.min.css file. And to add CSS file, I'm going to add link tag, and the relation is style sheet. And now I'm going to define the path to my CSS file, and the path is I have CSS folder. Inside the CSS folder, I have all -carousel folder, and inside this I have all.carousel.min.css file. Next, I'm going to add all.theme.default.min.css file. I'm going to add link tag, and the relation is style sheet. And now I'm going to define the path for my second CSS file of all carousel plugin, and the path is css/all carousel folder, and inside this I have all.theme.default.min.css file. Okay, I'm done with including all carousel CSS files. I'll close my head section and I'll navigate to theme section. Okay, next I have to include all carousel JavaScript file, and it requires jQuery library, and I have already included the jQuery library to Solo website, and now I have to simply include all.carousel.min.js into the footer. I'll scroll down and I will add JavaScript file just before my script.js file right here. Now I'm going to add JavaScript file of all carousel plugin. I'll write comment for all carousel JavaScript file, and the comment is all carousel JS. Okay, we have all carousel JavaScript file inside the JS folder of Solo website. Inside the JS folder of Solo website, we have all -carousel folder, and inside this we have all.carousel.min.js file. And now I'm going to add this JavaScript file. So I'm going to add script tag, and its source is js/all-carousel folder, and inside this we have all.carousel.min.js file, and I will add the closing tag for script tag. You have to always include jQuery plugin files after jQuery library, because jQuery library plugins require jQuery library before you use them. So therefore this order matters. You have to make sure that the jQuery library comes first, and then the jQuery plugin files come after jQuery library. Okay, I just included all carousel files, and now I'll start using it for theme section. I'll scroll up and I'll scroll to the theme section. Okay, as per this documentation, third step is to set up the HTML markup. And for HTML setup, I need a parent container with class all-carousel and the content inside this parent div. I have already set up the HTML markup for theme section, and I just need to add this all-carousel class to this HTML markup. I mean to this parent div. As you can see that I have a parent div of team-members, and inside this parent div I have team members, and all I have to do is to add all-carousel class to this team-members div. I'm going to add class attribute, and now I'm going to add this all-carousel class to this parent div right here. After setting up the HTML markup, I need to activate or initialize this plugin via jQuery. I'll go to script.js file and I'll add comment for team section. And the comment is team. Okay, now I'll write the initialization code of all carousel plugin inside document.ready method. I'm going to write jQuery document.ready method. To write jQuery document.ready method, you write $, and then you write opening and closing parentheses. And inside these parentheses, you write document. And then you write dot, and then you write ready method. And inside these parentheses, you write JavaScript anonymous function. This is JavaScript anonymous function. This is jQuery document.ready method. You already know about jQuery document.ready method because I explained it very well when we were learning about JavaScript and jQuery. I'll create some space inside my script.js file. And I'll adjust the scroll position for my browser window. This document.ready method is used to make a function available after the document structure is ready, and it is always a good place to have all the jQuery events and functions inside this document.ready method. And we will write carousel slider initialization code inside this document.ready method. But before I write carousel slider code, I have to convert this full form of document.ready method into short form of document.ready method. You already know about short form of jQuery document.ready method, right? But let me show it to you again. As per jQuery documentation, there is short form of document.ready method. Visit this URL, and on this page you can find the short form of document.ready method. This is the short form of jQuery document.ready method, and this is the recommended way. As you can see, as of jQuery 3.0, only the first syntax is recommended, and this is the short form of document.ready method. Okay, let me convert this full form of document.ready method into short form of document.ready method. In short form, we remove this document.ready part, and this is equivalent of document.ready method. I mean, this is the short form of document.ready method and the recommended way. In this course, as I said earlier, in jQuery section, we will use this short form of document.ready method, and it is always good practice to have all the jQuery events and functions inside this document.ready method. So I'm going to add all carousel initialization code inside this document.ready method.